think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but he's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather was better. He was better when they fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that. Guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights, and he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan recently weighed in on who he believes would win in a potential fight between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. He praised Mayweather as one of the greatest boxers in history, reminding fans of just how dominant he was during his prime. Rogan pointed out that many people tend to overlook the level of elite opponents Floyd defeated throughout his career. While acknowledging that a matchup with Crawford would be extremely tough, Rogan emphasized that Mayweather's defensive brilliance and ring IQ would make him almost impossible to beat, even against someone as skilled as Crawford.
Floyd was in his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior. Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is. Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats, he's the best.
He's the best. Analysts recognize Floyd Mayweather's legendary status as a Hall of Famer and note that his career accomplishments remain unmatched. At the same time, they also praise Terence Crawford, pointing out that he is the current pound-for-pound king. Both fighters dismantled Canelo Alvarez in their respective eras, and analysts emphasize that the comparison is difficult because each man dominated in his own unique way. Deciding a winner between Mayweather and Crawford feels nearly impossible, as both represent the very pinnacle of boxing excellence.
In my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo, clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands. Styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is, and it held to be true. So, again, and I hate to do this, and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The facts remain they both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion. And styles make fights, right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez. Point blank.
Bob Arum shared a perspective on the fantasy matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, stating that Crawford would win even if the fight took place during Mayweather's prime. According to Arum, Crawford possesses a rare combination of adaptability, speed, and ring intelligence, qualities that set him apart in modern boxing. Arum believes Crawford's ability to adjust to any opponent would give him the edge, even against a defensive genius like Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. And, I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Trainer Greg Hackett explained why Canelo Alvarez himself admitted that Terence Crawford's victory over him carries more weight than Floyd Mayweather's. Hackett argued that when Mayweather faced Canelo, the young Mexican star was still inexperienced and developing at the elite level. In contrast, when Crawford defeated him, Canelo was already a seasoned, fully developed champion. For that reason, Canelo considered Crawford's achievement more significant, as it came against a matured and stronger version of himself.
It's way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr.
What's your thoughts on his statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
Him saying that, I can't say he's capping, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said it. Do I believe that? Help to believe. We're not going to ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not going to see it. But I can only take Canelo's word. He's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got from. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because there's some wear and tear here with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying. I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo. Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Commentator Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie reflected on the atmosphere leading up to Floyd Mayweather's clash with Canelo Alvarez. At the time, Canelo was undefeated, naturally bigger in size and weight, and many believed Floyd was biting off more than he could chew at age 36. Analysts predicted that Canelo's strength and youth would finally hand Mayweather his first loss. Instead, the fight unfolded in the opposite way, with Mayweather using his trademark style to neutralize Canelo's offense and deliver a masterclass performance that silenced all doubts.
All the question marks, could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble. Me and Simon called it from the beginning.
Never doubt.
Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
No.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As Edward said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights. Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, suited for Crawford. He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo. Yeah. He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, he was just pity patting and just tapping him, spinning him, kept turning him and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. And even when he got on his side, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, spinning him, kept turning him, and Canelo didn't really know where he was. Another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight, and Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to have a listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fight.
Shane Mosley, a former world champion who shared the ring with both Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, offered a perspective few others could. Drawing from firsthand experience, Mosley emphasized how Mayweather's style set him apart from Canelo in every way. He explained that Floyd's timing, ability to read opponents, and mastery of ring control were simply unmatched. Even when pressured by physically stronger fighters, Mayweather had the intelligence and adaptability to neutralize threats with surgical precision. While Mosley acknowledged Canelo as an exceptional fighter with power and skill, he stressed that Canelo could not match Mayweather's ability to dictate the pace and flow of the fight. Having faced both men, Mosley spoke with authority, firmly believing that Mayweather operated on a higher level, proving himself the more complete and dominant fighter compared to the younger Mexican champion.
Hey, man, he's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather. Who did you think was better out of Canelo or Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to keep the awareness. Canelo had more power and plays the shots probably better. No, he didn't play the shots better. He was just younger and plays the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well.
Another perspective underscored the generational shift in boxing greatness. While Mayweather is rightly respected as one of the all-time greats, some argue that Crawford would come out on top if the two were to fight today. The reasoning comes down to timing. Mayweather already dominated his era, while Crawford now leads this one. Every great fighter has his moment, and in today's era, it is Crawford who carries the mantle as the most dominant force.
He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had, Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself to mountain
he's definitely there.
Conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
Trainer Abel Sanchez shared his perspective on Crawford's current standing in the sport. He emphasized that Crawford has reached true superstar status not only because of his victories, but also because of the caliber of opponents he has beaten and the dominant manner in which he did so. According to Sanchez, Crawford's recognition as a global star is well-deserved, cementing his reputation as one of the best fighters in modern boxing.
Idea of pulling up at a yacht is the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars. Right. Still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's drinking water, and then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.